And we are off here. Let us see here. Also, we got a Shadows of Features, right? And I missed the message. I blinked. Now we got an arrow booster, so I think when they get the bow, I think they get 35 arrows now.
Yeah, if you get the bow, you get... Uncle says, are you a bad enough dude to rescue Zelda? That's what we got. Well,
Yeah.
SirLinkalot's going to have an interesting time rescuing Zelda, considering SirLinkalot is playing as, in this case, the Twilight Princess Zelda sprite. So Zelda meets Zelda.
Yeah, there's a few instances of that with some of the randomizer skins. They're completely cosmetic. But let's see what we got here. And we get a fire rod start! That's hot stuff right there.
Yep, Fire Rod's another one of those great weapons that makes quick work, torches those enemies.
Yes, we're gonna quickly sync up the streams here. So, as far as the bios go, like I said, both runners have differing opinions on the ice rod. One of them wants to see it, one of them actually does not want to see it. I forget who's who, though. For the one who does want to see it, they do not want to see the book. And the one who doesn't want to see it, they want to see the bow. I forget. I read these bios like 3 hours ago. I forgot some information.
Yeah, well, we shall see. If one of our runners does not want to see the ice rod and the other one does want to see the ice rod, then with the fire rod, we're already halfway towards being able to kill Trinex, which is, depends on who you ask, a good or a bad thing.
Yeah, doing some pot strats here to try to grind some bombs. Not a bad idea considering that the fire rod only has 8 shots. And while we were talking, they also did pick up the fighter shield. And also some Fig 20.
Yeah, Fighter Shield, very close to its vanilla location, right down the hallway from Uncle.
Yeah, in terms of items that I absolutely want to see in a run, I want to see the fire shield, personally. I actually like the fire shield because it's actually very useful in terms of the shields. It's the most useful one.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier you like your burner strats on blind. I'm sure you like seeing the fire shield before you get to blind 2.
Yeah. And also because I don't really need the fire shield or anything besides fire shield. And when I'm done with the fire shield, I can get rid of it and just feed it to a picket.
Do not feed the wildlife.
Well, the shields apparently also cause lag, so want to get the least.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Okay, I take it back. Feed the wildlife.
Yeah, I would only if I get mirror shield in a run, so be it. But sometimes I don't want to see the mirror shield. I'm fine with doing different strats. And we got the small key, so the rest of the floor's items, including what's behind the escape sequence, or the path at the end of escape sequence. So I would not be surprised if both of our runners try to grind some bombs at some point.
Yep, that's 3 items. Probably the roughest case of missing that is if there's a glove back there. The glove, if your only glove in the early game is there in the back of escape, then you miss it, you have to go through this entire sequence again to get back there, or at least for the sewers.
Yeah. Or find the one in the dark world and that ends up being your Titan's Fence, and that just makes you feel bad because you wasted so much time. But yeah, something else interesting with the fire rod here is that it's actually relatively good in terms of trying to get double kills.
Yep, fire rod has a decent area of effect. We might see that in the room with all the snakes in the sewer coming up. You can shoot one fire rod shot and nuke a bunch of them at once.
Yeah, that might be the prime way for both of our runners to get bombs here, as they didn't get any from the guards. And for those who might be new to the randomizer here and are wondering why are we talking about bombs from prize pools, those are shuffled as part of the default randomizer. So there's a chance that one or both of our runners can get bombs just from a random enemy drop.
So we're not seeing Unfit fire rod any of those snakes. There's going to be some more rats up here that we might be able to kill.
I mean, it makes perfect sense, considering that they need at least one shot for the rat with the key.
Well, we're creeping closer to that back of escape wall, and still no bombs on either side.
Yeah, it looks like Unfit might be just conceding. Nope, going to grind just a little bit. Didn't get anything.
You mentioned that the prize packs were randomized. It's entirely possible that there are just no bombs available to the runners at this point.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Whenever I see no bombs in Escape, this chest here in Sanctuary tends to have bombs in it just to spite the runners. So let's see.
Let's see if it's a 10 bomb prize. That would be even better. Nope, just a piece of heart. But yeah, there was a few more magic containers, magic pots underneath the pots to give them some more ammo, but yeah, fire rod's not one of the best weapons to grind bombs, in all seriousness. Especially when you don't have another way of attacking. So they want to make sure they got through there without having to do a save quick and waste a couple of minutes.
Yep, a lot of time in Escape, you'll find something else. Another weapon, a piece of progression in this version of the randomizer. But this Escape didn't seem to pay off too much.
Yeah, and wow, Order Crab. Give me 20 rupees there.
Yep, full magic from the tree, 20 rupees from the hoarder. Not a bad find. I think our runners would like to see bombs.
I think that was a 20 rupee on Lumberjack.
Yeah, I think that was the bottom corner of a big red rupee.
Well, we'll see if SirLinkalot gets a better view of it. Yeah, that was absolutely a red rupee. So, Aghanim not required, at least for that.
SirLinkalot heading back down to grab some more money from the hoarder. Unfit grabbing money from the hoarder in the woods. It's nice to have your wallet nice and full early in the game.
And that looked like a green rupee at the mushroom. Not worth.
Not the most efficient way to fill your wallet early in the game.
Oh, there's our power glove, so they can get back to the back of Escape anytime they want now.
Yep, still no bombs from anywhere, so with all those rupees, we might see a bomb purchase in Kakariko Village.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. Unless they find the 10 bomb. And, something I do want to point out is, oh, they got a 50% bomb right there, Unfit. Nice. Yeah, something I, did want to point out is that the Hoarder Crab actually does have 2 items in its pool, but you have to collect a certain amount of the first item before the second one will spawn. I forget how many.
It's something like 6 or 7. It doesn't come up all that often.
Yeah. So far, Blind Sut not giving up too much in the way of items. Although that is 4 heart pieces there. Back of the bar has a big 20. And there's some bombs right there in the back of Blind Sut.
Linkalot purchasing, yep. So that 50-50 bomb drop that Unfit picked up gets him 3 more bombs, will save him a trip down to the south of Kakariko. So it's just a little time save there that Unfit's gonna gain on SirLinkalot.
And here we go, chicken flip. Vanish to the void. That's a standard one. Oh, hi, St. Card. How's it going? And hello, Mirror!
And the
Magic
powder.
Wow. And the book! Okay. Okay.
We've got fire rod, book, and gloves. That means that, barring a Boots Lock Desert, Landmola is accessible.
Yeah. I think accessible but not completable. I don't think you have quite enough ammunition to defeat him at this point.
Well, maybe we'll see that Cane of Burna. I think that's become one of the memes of this tournament is Burna Lanmo.
Now, with the book, they can go and check pedestal right away, get that early information. They are in the area.
That's true.
And with SirLinkalot going south to north, might opt to do that, and then completely ignore library and race game till later.
Yeah, check the pedestal and then say save and quit and do the South Shore route.
Alright, so let's see what's in the library. It's a 5 rupee.
And Unfit, not checking the race game, is just gonna go for it.
Yeah, there was a decent amount of progression items there, but not much in the way of weaponry. And it looks like SirLinkalot will be heading out the south side of town.
So the pedestal will remain unchecked for a little while longer.
And there is the heart container. We know this is not going to be Sankart because, again, that was Chicken Coop. We saw SirLinkalot get a full heal from it.
Yep, and this early in the game, a full heart's certainly worth a couple of extra seconds of walking. We'll see if SirLinkalot goes for it after checking. Nope, SirLinkalot's quitting out.
Nope. And there's our check. I missed Desert, but I saw 5-6 at Hera. And Eastern was another crystal.
Unfit going back for the back of escape. We know there's 3 items here. A red rupee, a piece of heart, and 100 rupees. So there was nothing of great significance there in the back of escape.
Yeah, let me go ahead and double check to see what that map check was. It looks like we might have had 3 crystals at the dungeons.
3 Light World crystals usually makes a runner feel pretty good. Those dungeons have less requirements to get into, they're quicker to clear.
Yeah, I absolutely saw a crystal at Eastern. That much is obvious. I did not catch Desert. Alright, so here's Mini Moldorm Cave.
Fire Rod's the only weapon we've got right now, so SirLinkalot needs to conserve some magic here. Has a few more shots, should take care of it, yep.
Yep, very nicely done.
Suppose we could also see bomb strats in Mini Moldorm Cave, that's a common strategy.
And so far nothing good out of Mini Moldorm Cave. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take that, that's pretty good.
Yep. That's the silver arrows right there. Now to look for those.
SirLinkalot taking the long walk to the Ice Rod Cave. This is one of those locations that, you know, you either check it early or you tend to forget it and don't come back until it's one of the last things you can go to.
And big 20 and we're done. Alright. Oh, whoops. I just realized I made a mistake there, my bad.
So, SirLinkalot starting from Sanctuary, probably also going to make the check on those 3 items in the back. After that, we have to think about what to do. We don't have Dark World access. We don't have much progression. I think Eastern Palace area is probably the play after this.
That or desert.
Yep, with that early book, that's true. Early book often means something interesting's in desert. We are getting Eastern from Unfit. 3 items in Sahasrara's closet, plus several items accessible, several chests at least accessible in Eastern. We'll see if Unfit scrambles through the big long dark room to get to the vanilla big key location.
Yeah, there's going to be at least 2 items available. Or 1 item available, rather. It would have been 2 if they had the lamp. Are we gonna get information on a green pendant? No. 320? Yeah. 617. Hera being the 6.
So we're seeing pretty much the same place from our runners. I guess that's primarily the function of the fact that we're really not getting much in the way of progression. We're still a ways away from Dark World access. No Moon Pearl.
Alright, so let's see what's in Eastern Palace here. Both runners are heading in that general direction.
Unfit still with that tiny lead. Probably a lot of that is from picking up that 50-50 bomb drum. Just goes to show you that, you know, having a heads-up knowledge of world locations can earn you a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes here and there.
Alright. We found the compass.
We've got 2 more chests in logic and 1 more chest if they're willing to do the dark room. Well, the big key then puts the big chest available.
Yep. So we shall see what this third chest is now for Unfit.
We're going to see hopefully the quick skeleton kill before. Left, down, throw the pot to the right, throw the pot down. Normally you spawn 4 skeletons in that room.
Oh, well, there's our item. We were guaranteed at least 1 item, and there's this, a bottle.
A bottle with a B in it, if I saw that correctly.
Yep. And there's our map, so both Big Key Chest and Armos have an item.
Yep.
And currently they are not in sequence.
Yep. Armos won't be accessible at all without the bow. This next chest is accessible through a sequence break, which Unfit looks like he's willing to pull off. This dark room is not the hardest one.
So, where do you think we have to go next?
I think your call on desert is probably right. If there's nothing here in Eastern, and even if there is something in Eastern at this point, it's a sequence break. Sequence suggests desert with the book. Some outlying locations. With that bottle, we can now check the sick kid if you're willing to make the hike back to Kakariko. And the gloves put Zora in logic, which I don't think both of our runners do have the money for it. Ooh. Unfit grabs the flute from behind the dark room, out of sequence.
Which means that the intended way to get up Death Mountain is with the lamp.
Absolutely.
Given our current understanding of the logic. Because you need the lamp to get the flute.
SirLinkalot having a hard time with health here. Uh-oh.
Oh.
This might be a very early difference maker in this race. Unfit sequence breaks to the flute, but SirLinkalot gives up running low on health there.
And all rise to the Swagzig anthem as Unfit releases the duck. So nothing that this flute can lead to is currently in sequence. So the thing I would do personally is take the flute to 6 and start checking desert.
Yep, I think you run the risk of... Oh, here's the Sick Kid check. That's a good call.
Yeah. Make sure to do that, and blue mail for your troubles.
Yep, so that will make Unfit feel a little bit better. The prospect of heading into the Dark World a little bit nicer once you have that. And I think we're going to see a fake flipper play here from Unfit.
Oh, that is cool. I've never actually known about that strat.
Absolutely. The bomb will knock you to the very edge of the screen, but not over the transition, so it puts you exactly on the right pixel for the fake flipper.
That was very nicely done. I'm probably gonna have to steal that strat. I did not even know that was a thing. I usually just gauge it with my eyes. I guess on Unfit's case, it's gauge it with his eye.
So Unfit continuing with the sequence breaks. Hobo's out of sequence. Just a 5-bomb upgrade. Unfit showing more good knowledge of 50-50 bomb locations. That rock outside Link's house that Unfit just picked up has a 50-50 shot of being a bomb.
Oh!
Yep, that's our first sword on the desert ledge.
That's both good and bad.
Yep.
Good because it's a weapon, bad because it puts us one step closer to having a forced Aga. But the odds of us getting the hammer are still fairly high.
Yep. We do have knowledge from Unfit's acquisition of the flute that the lamp might be relatively early. So that, gives us something to think about in the Aga puzzle.
Yeah. If there is a lamp here, then this will be amazing. No, it's your Moon Pearl. And that means that Desert is boots locked.
Yep, Unfit's gonna give us a check, maybe. Nope. Just gonna head straight to grab that sword. We'll come back with the boots. So that means, unless the boots are available somewhere, that Desert's a double dip required.
Actually, the only thing I can think of is Zora.
Yeah, we've seen Agina.
The only thing in sequence is Zora. And it's only because of the Power Glove.
Yeah. Ugh. Chad, if you're hoping for Aga, we still need to see a lamp and then either another sword or a cape. So we're still a little ways away from that.
Yeah, at this point, there's progression on Zora. And only Zora.
We might see if Unfit tries to push that flute to get around Zora. Well, no, we'll probably go to Zora first.
Yeah, because with the Moon Pearl, Unfit can do the fake flipper and get the 2 items that are in the waterfall cave. Wow. I lost my train of thought there halfway through my sentence. I'm sorry.
Rando does that to you.
Yes,
I understand. So we saw 2 different fake flipper strats from Unfit. We saw the bomb strat before he got the sword, and then the sword buffers afterwards.
Someone is asking, is it too early for pet hype? Yes and no. We could have had a pet check as early as Kakariko, which was 10 minutes in, but no one has done it yet.
We have the mirror and the fire rod, so we might see our runners, when they get to Dark World, do Skull Woods and mirror over and check the pedestal at that time.
Alright, and just the 10 bomb boots there, so yeah. Zora is gonna have either the boots or the lamp, if I'm reading the logic right.
Unfit is indeed an eyeball, but not just any eyeball, a vitreous eyeball.
Oh, the hammer! Okay, I didn't expect that. There's our Dark World axis. Aga's dead.
Yep, Aga is definitely dead.
And that means that flute is just an even bigger sequence break. You're expected to find the lamp somewhere in Dark World. And given how much of the map they have access to, good luck finding it.
And Unfit's going to be heading into the Dark World right here, south of Link's house. We'll see Hype Cave real soon.
Yeah. Hype Cave earning its name last year, I think, but has earned the reputation not actually being hyped in the recent tournaments. Let's see what it lives up to today. There's our Dark World check. Wow, you don't need a medallion to seed.
Look
or
at
the
that.
fire rod, for that matter.
Wow, interesting.
Our pendants are in Skull Woods, it's Misery Mire, and our green pendant specifically is in Turtle Rock. I missed where our other 5-6 was, though.
Yeah, I think those pendant locations are more exciting than the crystal locations. There's a Master Sword in Hype Cave. And
Swamp
the Blue Cave.
Swamp is our other red crystal. Good information there. Thank you. And my favorite cane, the Cane of Samaria. Or not.
No,
Cane of
that was
Burna.
that one was Burna.
Fail fish.
I will repeat, Rando does that to you. If you're considering joining the Rando community, you totally should. We're a very welcoming community, but you should be prepared for this to happen to your brain.
Alright, we're gonna see Stumpy now.
And with the mirror after this, we'll see the cave south of Grove. Stumpy with a fairy in a bottle.
Yep, Cave South Grove. I sometimes also nickname it Heart Cave because then it's a piece of heart, and most of the pots there have hearts in them as well.
Heart Cave is at least much more interesting than Cave 45, which is what some people call it.
Yeah, it's not a very imaginative name at all, I'll be honest. What is our pedestal index looking like?
I do think boots, bow, hookshot are all possible. If boots are on the pedestal, then hookshot is required to get into mire, and vice versa. You need one of the two to get into mire.
Yeah, that's it. You can't have lamp. You can't have the... Actually, wait. There is one other item. Flippers.
Yeah, flippers indeed could be on the pedestal, and they are definitely required.
You only need flippers for ice and swamp. You don't need them for mire. You can actually get to the mire entrance without swimming.
And what I said earlier about our runners heading up to Skull and then mirroring, with Skull being a pendant, we might not see that.
Yeah. Now
Unfit.
the question...
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, we're on Unfit getting the old man. Let's see what this is. It's a heart container. What I was gonna say, though, there is also the subtle off chance that we need to still dig for Samaria. Because there's actually 2 niche uses for Samaria being required. One, if Volstar has the key, that means by logic, Samaria was required.
And the other being the right side of Ganon's tower, if the big key is over there.
Exactly. And there's our ice rod.
Well, if you're Unfit skipping it, if you're hoping for pedestal, the presence of the ice rod nice and early is an indicator that you might want to keep your hopes alive.
Well, they don't need to pick up ice rod right now. They can pick it up on their way to Turtle Rock if it turns out they need to go in there. And we're seeing quite a divergence here. We're seeing Unfit checking the mountain, which is a sequence break, whereas SirLinkalot, without knowing where that flute is, being at the dark chest of Eastern, or the big key chest, is instead opting to check the village of outcasts.
Yep. Given that Meyer is a pendant, that flute might not be required for completion anyway, but it's certainly a great convenience item for travel. Saves you a ton of time.
Yeah, I see where you're getting at with it not being required, but it's just so much. But again, it's like you said, it's so much convenience. But the area around Meyer and Checkerboard Cave, as we find tempered in the chess game, by the way, that entire area could have one of our progression items.
So, Unfit making the climb up Tower of Hera did not have to go to the tile room in the basement.
For the time being.
For the time being.
And we're seeing SirLinkalot entering Thieves Town. Now with Tempered Sword, that's going to be pretty much straightforward. And there's our Titan's Mitts in its dungeon.
French vanilla Titan's Mitts.
And there's a small key for Unfit. Piece of heart. Second item found in Thieves Town.
Unfit opting to take the vanilla route to the big chest rather than the bomb jump. That's a risky bomb jump. If you fail, you'll go down 2 floors.
Only compassed. Did they find the map?
I don't recall.
I don't recall either, that's why I asked.
Yes.
Third item for SirLinkalot is the big key. So, still have 2 items left in the pool in terms of prizes. Map was on the first floor chest, so that means the basement does have an item.
Unfit showing some good strats there to avoid getting troll-dormed off the edge.
Unfortunately, that poke is going to... Okay, that's the second one. Never mind. If he had followed through with the spins for dealing 3 hits and done, he would have been in rage mode. And wow, there's another single rupee. I think that's the only other one in the pool besides the one in the mushroom.
Well, 33 minutes in, Unfit gets the first crystal of our seed.
Yeah, I probably would have saved Terra for last.
Yeah, that is, it's not common, but when you can just head to Ganon's tower, mirror in front of Tower of Hera.
Yeah, but this works out just as well. Getting it done sooner rather than later.
It is, of course, still out of sequence at this point, so that's a good argument, perhaps, for leaving it for last. Unfit not taking a coffee break, opting to poke each of these tiles individually.
Yeah, we'll see if Unfit is just going to get an item here. Oh, wow. Okay. Unfit. I take back what I said there. You had the wisest routing in there. Finding hook shot in the basement of Hera.
Absolutely. Hera definitely not the last dungeon you can do in this seed. You must get that hookshot to finish out Swamp Palace.
Yeah, so very, very smart hard routing from Unfit. I was questioning it, I will admit. But he put my foot, but he sure put his foot in mouth has suddenly happened. Alright. I have completely missed what SirLinkalot has found thus far as well in Thieves Town at this point.
It hasn't been much of anything. Other than those Titans mitts in the first chest. We're going to see SirLinkalot fight for his first crystal here.
And the line does have an item. I saw all 3 dungeon items in the menu there. Meanwhile, we're seeing Paradox Cave. Let's see what we got here. 20 rupees. And a heart container. Blue potion there for Unfit.
And blue boomerang from Blind.
And a Quake Medallion for Unfit as well. And as well as there's our Butter Sword. Only tempered for now for Unfit until they go to chess game.
Yep. So we've got quite a bit of offensive power early in the seed.
Yeah, this is going to be really good. And Unfit is wasting no time. Gonna go check out the Village of Outcasts now. Will not be disappointed at all.
SirLinkalot goes and thinks better of heading to the forgot the C-shaped house.
There's the lamp. All right.
So we have restored logic to this seed. We
For the
now
time
know
being.
for the time being.
Yes, SirLinkalot has Slain Blind is now heading over to Mafia, it looks like, to check around those items.
Yep. 2 items in Skullwoods, as well as a pendant and the potential to use the mirror and grab a pedestal check. Incoming butter. There it is.
The gold sword has been attained by Unfit. It's technically still a sequence broken gold sword for him, but we know that the logic will be back in on sequence for him in just a little bit.
SirLinkalot opting to head straight to the back of the dungeon to Mothula. Unless this is going to be a pedestal check. Mothula first, it looks like.
Nope, pet check. Alright, folks, here we go. If this is boots, we have a pedestal seed. Just pocket change, and because we've seen both single rupees, that means it's a 5 rupee.
Ped's dead.
That is super dead.
And of course, now that I think about it, it makes perfect sense to check the pedestal before you fight Pendant Mothula. So, SirLinkalot is going to be heading back through Skullwoods. There's a few items here that are relatively quick to check that I think we'll probably see.
One of which is right here in the vanilla big key chest. Gonna get rid of the Gyptos that are in the way.
Now that Pet is dead, chat's hoping for vanilla boots. Boots on Sahasrara with the green pendant on Trinex in this seed.
Chat is evil sometimes, let's be real.
Chat is evil most of the times.
I kind of want him to be nice. I kind of want an irony seed. I want, let's just have Boots at the end of the, let's have the Boots at Spiral Cave. I don't think we had Unfit check that.
I think Unfit did the slow walk through Spiral Cave. I don't think we had the boots there.
Oh yeah, it was money. Right. Never mind. Trying to think of what other long walk they could take for an item.
I like boots at the hammer peg so that you can't do the item dash.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty good. And SirLinkalot is leaving.
So SirLinkalot heading back down into Village of Outcasts. I imagine this is... I don't know if we've seen the digging game on SirLinkalot's side. Could also be with those Titans mitts, the Frogs quest.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, SirLinkalot has not checked this chest here than the brewery, and there's another one of those 50%. Just some more bombs, though.
Whenever I'm in Village of Outcasts, I always do the loop for those 3 overworld locations first, because I know if I leave one of them, I will definitely forget it.
Yeah. And these are quite a few items that we've had to track. Shout outs to our tracker, Yoinker's wife, for doing a pretty amazing job on it so far.
Yep, tracking is not easy any race, but especially when a race like this, when you've got divergences and sequence breaks.
I have worked behind the control panel, per se. It is not easy finding what you need to mark.
Unfit with perfect first 2 phases, sticks very close to the script. Blind gets a little bit away, but Unfit grabbing his second crystal.
Yes, and Blind down for Unfit as well. And SirLink getting through the digging game. Now heading back up. Looks like they might start the Frog World Tour.
Yep, and we got that magic powder, I forget where, but relatively early, so that's also in the logic and in this part of the world.
I think magic powder was somewhere in Kakariko. And Unfit now realizes just how much of a sequence break that flute was. Getting the lamp now. Hammer Peg's only big 20.
It is a red item, but it is not the boots.
Yeah. So it is bow and boots and flips for go mode. Can't avoid any of those items. Flute was in the Easterbow's big key chest. SirLinkalot was there, but unfortunately did not have the health to do the damage boost, and it ended up saving quitting. This was before they had the means to do proper combat with a sword, as well, I should also add.
here is the Batman.
Let us see what the runners will be cursed with today. It is Curse of Carrying More Bombs. I'm getting Link's Awakening flashbacks from that one. That is actually literally what the Curse Bat did in Link's Awakening.
Yep, more bombs and more arrows in Link's Awakening.
Also more powder. Powder was limited in that game.
That's right. No magic meter in Link's Awakening. I think there's a Link's Awakening randomizer that's being worked on, right?
Yeah, and I also saw one for Ocarina of Time, of all things. So there's a lot of Zelda randomizers popping up here and there. Anyway,
I think the Magic Bat on Unfit side. I think the new hip randomizer these days is Link to the Past Super Metroid crossover randomizer. Have you seen that one?
I am not. I'm gonna take a look at that later. Anyway, Unfit is now done with their curse and is also escorting their purple chest.
Unfit having an easier time with the flute to escort the purple chest. And goes to Link's house. Unfit's going to head into the Dark World, and we're going to see a Bombos tablet check here, I imagine, after the purple chest drop off.
Yeah, Unfit's going to quickly take this portal back to set up for that. No chance of diving into Mire early, although now with the Titans in tow, as well as the flute, we could have a progression item in the Mire area. Not necessarily in Misery Mire, but in the Mire area. Oh! Well, there's our boots!
Both of our runners getting boots real close to each other. We almost had boot sync.
Yeah. I didn't even know there was a changed text for that guy. And that's a piece of heart there on Bombos.
Yeah, and that's a great place to find the boots, because the dungeon in which you need the boots is the one right here that SirLinkalot is heading into.
I'm expecting, yeah, Unfit's go to Mirror instead. Going to combine checking the Mire area with clearing desert.
Yep, so that sequence break to the flute continuing to pay off for Unfit. I mean, provided there's something here. And even if there isn't, he gets the peace of mind of checking. Mire is the Bombos medallion today.
That was Bombos? Alright.
That's what I saw.
Must have been a little too quick for my eyes. Oh man, the single arrow. And the red mail. Oh boy, that eye looks irritated now.
Catching a case of pink eye.
And now we see both runners in the desert. So if Bo and Flip no. It can only be one item, not two. I almost forgot about that. Our Moon Pearl was in here.
Yep.
So what is our second item? Oh. Is it on Lambo, or is it here in the vanilla big key chest? It's on Lambo.
It's on Landmola's.
With Buttersword, it'll be a fairly trivial fight for Unfit. Same with SirLinkalot, just slightly less so.
Yeah.
I think we'll only take 2 hits with Butter to kill Lambo, or at least each one of the Lambo snakes.
Unfit saving a bit of time there, remembering that he has the mirror to get right back out here.
And choosing not to do. Oh, that's clever. Oh, but mirror bonks. Just a little too far over. That is smart. I will give Unfit credit there.
So, Wolflink, what do you think the play is for these runners after Desert?
Well, for SirLinkalot, it's absolutely go to Eastern and get that flute that we know of. They don't necessarily know it's the flute, but they absolutely need it, I feel, in order to catch up. Feeling that, definitely the mountain for SirLinkalot. As for Unfit,
Yeah, Unfit's options are a little stickier. I mean, there's a bunch of places. I mean, Pod is a possibility. Eh.
Pod.
I mean, Unfit did not have the Titan's mitts the first time he went up Death Mountain, so he could do Dark Death Mountain.
That's true. Go for runners with that moth or that Molder. Because I almost said Mothula. Jeez.
And if you had said Mothula or Moldrum, you would still mean Lanmola.
Dang it! I get them all mixed up. Ah. All right, but Unfit is gonna check the checkerboard cave here real quick before they leave. Which again, smart routing, combining all the Meyer area checks, and
Half magic. I'll take it.
yeah, and we're seeing King's Tomb for SirLinkalot.
So Linkalot skipped that checkerboard cave check. Checkerboard cave check. Those are the C sounds I want to make.
No flute.
That's right. Yes. There we go. Rando does that to you.
SirLinkalot might find something good here in the Bonk Rocks, west of Sanctuary. And in today's case, they have the 10 bombs that we have set for Uncle to give you on occasion. Wasn't today though. Today was Fire Rod, but
Unfit is indeed on Dark Death Mountain. And SirLinkalot heading up to Light Death Mountain for the first time.
yeah, this will be good for SirLink if they go into Hera.
And if they make the decision to do the basement, because we know that's where the hookshot is.
And there's my beloved Fire Shield. And the mushroom! Hello!
Mushroom,
oh yeah, Catfish
mushroom.
has been checked. Catfish
Yeah.
is...
Catfish, Pyramid, that whole east side of the Dark World.
And you know what? That's something that Unfit can absolutely do when they are done here. Is that he can go do an eye check of... No pun intended, by the way. He can do an eye check of Bumper Cave. Bonk Rocks. Graveyard Ledge. As we see the magic boomerang. King's Tomb. And then cross over Catfish, go south, get the mushroom turned in.
Yep, there's some pretty slick routing available to Unfit. We are going to see a check of the Turtle Rock medallion, and it is also Bombos.
So Bombos is the one medallion to rule them all this seed.
And of course, there's a distinct possibility we won't need it at all anyway.
And Unfit is checking Spy Cave as SirLinkalot is picking up the Ice Rod. 2 health.
That's
Oh,
That's
boy.
another piece of the puzzle for Go Mode. Unfit finds the flippers in the Spike Cave.
Yes, and that puts us in the jokingly called bow mode. Find the bow and go.
So Unfit heading right away to Swamp Palace.
Yeah, getting Swamp and Ice done right now is pretty solid. Good item density there as well. Yeah, all of our Swamp Palace access for full clearing was kind of up there on the mountain, wasn't it?
I suppose it was. Mira was in Kakariko, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Hammer was at Zora. So, just kind of jumbled up. Alright, so the first just here, Swamp, is just the map. I want to say that's vanilla.
Not sure.
It's
But it does mean that we have at least one item on the left side.
yeah. If I was in Unfit shoes, I would leave no stone unturned looking for that bow. I would do a full clear. It's slower, I'll admit. But you don't want to risk a gamble at this point.
Yep, I get you there. A lot of runners will leave the left side of Swamp if they only have one item to go for, but at this point you know for a fact there's an item on the left side.
And that one item could be the bow that you need to finish the seed. Well, blink if you'll miss it. Here comes Trolldorn for SirLinkalot. Okay, there are 2 items down left side. Compass
Yeah.
was just picked up.
So absolutely go to left side here. No? Unfit will come back in and do left side, I have to imagine, if the bow is not here in the back.
Yeah. Unfit's going for the faster chest first. In hopes that he can just stay on the go mode route.
Yep, Swamp also has the benefit of being one of our red crystals. The one that SirLinkalot just got at Moldorm was the other one, so this will also open the Pyramid Fairy up, and since the pyramid hasn't been checked, that's you lug the bomb to the pyramid, you get 3 item locations for your trouble.
Or if you decide to follow up and go into Catfish. Oh, there's our Mirror Shield, and there's our big key.
So Unfit's probably going to hold on to that big key, and when he goes back in to check left side, if he does, that's when we'll see the big key check.
Wow, this seed. Can I just mention something about this seed? We are fully equipped. That almost never happens.
Yep. When we face off, when Unfit faces off against Ganon, he will have the silver arrows, the red mail, the gold sword, the mirror shield, and the half magic to boot. You got to get the key, Unfit. There you go.
I was referencing more so the fact that we have all of the progression items in terms of sword, shield, and mail.
Yeah. So here's the hook shot from SirLinkalot, while Unfit is putting his hook shot to use, taking care of Argus.
Oh, going for the quick heal there and misses it. one of the shots missed, and just a piece of heart on Argus himself. And at 14 hearts, I think Unfit will be avoiding any and all heart containers going forward if they can help it.
Yep, red mail, 14 hearts. Most runners, I think, who are at this stage of the tournament would feel comfortable.
Heck, an NMG runner would be comfortable at that level, even regardless of the tunic.
So Unfit has 3 items here in Swamp, 1 in the big chest and 2 on the left side, so it's definitely not something you want to leave behind when you're looking for the bow.
Yeah, and in this case, it won't be anything that he will risk. Because, folks, it is an hour in, and this is literally bow and go mode for Unfit.
Yep. The only hiccup in that plan is the one you mentioned earlier. If we need to get to the right side of Ganon's tower, we need to find that cane of Samaria. But let's not mention that again. We'll just hope for the best.
I completely forgot about that, actually.
Good. What? Forgot about what? I didn't say anything.
There's Quake for SirLinkalot, and their gold sword as well.
So, Unfit going for his 2 items on the left side of Swamp. Hoping for the bow. Probably doesn't want to see Bombos.
Probably doesn't want to see Bombos. We know he absolutely wants to see the bow.
We want to see whatever Unfit is seeing. I did not catch that chest.
I did not catch it either. There's the red cane.
All right, so we're not going to have... good news with the red cane is we're not going to have the right side Ganon's Tower troll. Bad news is, if we do find Bombos, it puts all of Turtle Rock in logic.
Yeah. And something else is that would have tripped Unfit's radar is since they went to ice, and again, Colster had that small key. He would know that Samaria was somewhere out there in the world beforehand, before Ganon's Tower.
Yep, for those of you who are unfamiliar, due to the way the routing works, the routing never expects you, the logic never expects you to do the Ice Palace bomb jump. So if Cold Stare has a key, the game expects you to use the Cane of Samaria to hold down the block to get to Cold Stare in the first place.
Yes. And there is both boomerangs for both Unfit and SirLinkalot.
So we're going to see 2 items inside the Pyramid Ferry, and 1 item on the Pyramid Ledge here.
Woodkey, just a side note here. Doesn't the trackers have an option for both if you just go for,
I am
these?
not sure if I've never done tracking myself.
Just sworn it did, and there's our cape.
Did either of our runners take a look at the bumper cave?
I don't remember. SirLinkalot does have the flippers.
SirLinkalot not getting trolled by low health for the 2nd time in this seed. Ends that spike cave with half a heart. So we're seeing a mushroom turn in from Unfit, and then, as you surmised earlier on, probably going to continue straight up to Catfish.
And only piece of heart there.
Whoa, bucko. No empty bottles.
And releasing B-Torp. Alright, so here we go. Catfish.
And I think after Catfish, you probably do Ice Palace, right?
Yeah, or dip into pod and hope that it's in there. I have seen Bo deep inside pod. And that's actually great routing.
Yeah, that's spectacular routing to head to Ice Palace.
Yeah, using the portal there to just go in front of the island. Alright, let's see. I think there's also a logic set up here in which the hookshot might be required for Ice Palace. It depends on what the first chest is.
Yeah, I think if the first chest is not a key, the hookshot is required by logic to get to the right side, but it may be slightly more complicated than that.
Oh, it's our fourth bottle, so it is required. There is no doubt. Actually, no, there is one other chest that you can get away with, I think.
Yeah, the chest in... I think...
Go on.
Yeah, I think with our runner's current equipment, the freezer room is accessible, and the iced tea room is considered accessible provided you can get in the first place. If you can get through that first door, you can make it all the way to the iced tea room without any keys or hookshot or cane or anything like that.
Well, I'm specifically thinking the freezer room because you just go down the stairs, grab the key, go up the stairs, there's a double back.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And not quite there with a bomb jump.
Ice Palace routing is tricky.
That's another reason why I don't like this place.
But Unfit pulls off the bomb jump, so...
Most people hate, some people hate Turtle Rock, some people hate Ice Palace. Or hate Swamp rather. I hate Ice Palace with a passion. Alright, so let's see what is in the freezer chest here. Compass, so right side is completely off the table.
There is a bomb well, Unfit is going to take the hookshot route to the right side rather than the key route. If you get a key, it makes the routing easier to get to the right side, but Unfit does have the hookshot, so we're going to see the hookshot path to the right side.
Yeah. One time I actually saw someone hookshot down the stairs.
Yeah, if you don't have the boots make it really easy because you just dash south into the stairs. But if you don't have the boots, you line yourself up a little bit to the left. You sort of hookshot the barrier to the right, to the left there, and then sort of nudge down diagonally into the stairs. It's a pretty good way to get in there before that fire bar gets you.
Oh, there's our big key. And there's our Ethan Medallion. That's the second item out of Ice Palace.
Ethan Medallion, completely unnecessary this seed.
There's the map.
But I bet Unfit is glad that it wasn't Bombos.
Yep. And that's Argus down. Our runners are essentially tied in terms of progress.
Yep, except for that flute. That flute is still... a flute and a little bit of time is what Unfit has on SirLinkalot. SirLinkalot going back in. We'll pick up the Cane of Samaria from the left side of Swamp.
Yeah, smart choice there, not leaving 9 behind. Alright, this is the big chest. Does it have an item or does it have a key?
The big chest has garbage, I think.
Key.
Has... Oh, the big chest in... I was looking at the wrong big chest. There you go. We had 2 big chests on the screen at the same time, and we were talking about different ones.
Yeah, I'm looking at Unfits here. That's the new information. And there's our 3rd item.
So the bow is not an ice.
I think. Okay. I'm just racking my brain here. Oh. Seed, you're evil. You're evil, Seed. Our progression is in pod, from what I gather.
Yeah.
And if it happens to be Bombos, then we have to dip into one of the 2 pendant dungeons in order to find the bow, potentially.
Yep, that's what it looks...
And it could even be as deep as Sarhasala.
Yep, bow on Sarhasala is perfectly an option, if we can find the Bombo somewhere. No, Pet is dead, but there's still a potential for trolls in this seed.
In this case, it's a bow. It is a troll with that bow. Good trapping and good quick kill for Unfit. And there it is. Samaria was required for this seed. Small key on Cold Stare. And while we've been talking, we did get the Cane of Samaria from SirLinkalot. They're moving on to, I think, well, let's do a Big Bomb.
Yep. So this is probably the flute to 5 to head into pod from Unfit's side.
Oh.
No, we're gonna see something else first. Pedestal check, perhaps.
Yeah, Unfit has not checked the pedestals just yet. It was SirLinkalot who did.
Additionally, I don't think we've seen the bumper cave, so with the acquisition of that cape, we might see that. Graveyard ledge, I don't know if we've seen. And the cape was in the Pyramid Fairy. So
Bumper cave is only money.
Okay, so SirLinkalot's going to be picking up the cape, but it's not going to amount to much.
Was there something else of importance in here?
Nope, it was just the cape and that piece of heart.
Right. Trying to remember where Red Mail was.
One of the males was in Meyer's shed, I believe.
Ah. That's right. SirLinkalot can't grab it, so they'll be on blue mail for a while.
Right, because we made the irritated eye, the pink eye jokes in Meyer Shed. That's how I remember that.
Glad you did. I thought we made them on Pyramid. Your ledge only having a piece of heart?
Yeah, it's looking more and more like we're circling around Pod. It's probably where we gotta go.
Yeah, Pod is full clearable, even without the bow.
Yep, the only thing we can't do is kill Helmasaur himself.
But we can loot around everywhere for that bow.
Yeah. I suppose there's 2 chests that are bow locked. They obviously can't have the bow.
Or any progression that would lead to the bow. But we can still grab them with the clever bottle trick. Which is simply we just break the camera.
I don't think Unfit checked any of Skullwoods, so that's probably what we're going to be seeing here.
Yeah, I don't think SirLinkalot checked yielded any fruit. There's a map. Yeah, I think SirLinkalot just blazed through this dungeon. Didn't exactly do a full check. So let's see if we can find some items here. Alright, based on that, that means there's an item in the big chest. I think. Yeah, because the first chest behind Moth was a small key.
Yeah, the chest under the bridge was a small key.
So, I don't remember what was in the big key chest. I think it has to be an item. Yeah, piece of heart. Okay, so judging, that means Moth is blocking the second item because it's the big key. Or Moth has the second item right and the big key is locked inside the big chest. Alright, where is SirLinkalot going to go now?
He was heading south, and then he thought better of it. I think this is Pod. No. It's not Pod yet. It's a check of the item on Lake Hylia. Ah, Ice Palace. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Linkalot's Ice Palace will be a little bit more treacherous than Unfit's.
Yep.
It's mainly because of the half magic, which was that checkerboard.
Yeah, as far as defense goes, I don't think SirLinkalot has too much to be worried about, but half magic is certainly something you want when you're coming through here, if it's possible.
We've seen all the flipper checks at this point, for those asking in chat, because we did fake flippers relatively early on, so there's nothing there that we need to worry about. Alright, Moth, do you have the item or do you have the small key, or the big key? Big key, so the chest has the second item. So there's Moth down. So now the question is, did the moth need to die?
Well, it didn't need to die for that pendant. Unfit's gonna learn that this is just couch cash.
No, it's not even couch cash, it's pocket change.
Pocket change. Ah.
And again, we have seen the 2 single rupees in the pool, if my memory is right. So that means it's a 5 rupee on pedestal.
Doesn't even have the dignity of being couch cash.
And yes, for those asking in chat, it is Bow and Go. We do not currently know where it is. We are hoping to not see Bombos either, because that opens up the 2 medallion dungeons for Unfit. And at this point, save for this chest here, all we have left to check after this point here, is...
There it is!
Moth required!
Wow.
So,
Unfit.
Unfit, making the gambles. The medallion dungeons don't need to be touched. It is go mode.
Wow. When does SirLinkalot head back to kill Mothula? That's the big question here.
I don't know if they will. You know what's gonna be even worse for SirLinkalot if we find out that Bombos is just available in Pod.
Yep, if SirLinkalot heads to the Pod Eastern area, he'll get the flute from Eastern, and if he picks up Bombos, we might see a dip into Mire, might see a dip into Turtle Rock.
Both of which are 100% optional.
Yep, and it's tempting because the Fire Rod was available from Uncle, the Ice Rod was inside Spectacle Rock. They've been available for a while, so SirLinkalot's on shaky footing here with the options available to him.
And this was a,
Go ahead.
And this was a bow-locked pod. So, no worries at all, actually, for SirLinkalot.
Yep, SirLinkalot hopefully knows the logic well enough that if he does dip into Pod, he'll realize there's no bow in here or behind it. The worst thing would be something like doing the potion glitch to sequence break. That won't help out SirLinkalot at all.
Well, more important than that, if Bombos is in Pod, we know it can't lead to bow because Bombos was locked by the bow. As such, Mire and Turtle Rock can't have the bow. So he'll naturally be led to Skull Woods, the only other dungeon that could be done without the bow. SirLinkalot has that saving grace in his back pocket, and I'd consider him a little bit lucky for that. So now it is a race to find the House of Darkness big key.
Yep.
I doubt Unfit will get trolled by it. Although it could be very deep in the dungeon.
Yeah, at least we have the mirror. This dungeon becomes a whole lot easier to route when you have the mirror.
Okay, it's somewhere in the back.
SirLinkalot low on health, but is going to do the right thing and use the powder here.
Yeah. Getting a fairy just gives you 7 free hearts. Making the powder one of the most wanted safeties in the entire game. It is just so good.
There's
the
that big key.
In the turtle room. Now, Firewood, I have to ask you, just as a theoretical here, how different do you think this race would have been if SirLinkalot got the flute when they were right next to it?
That's a really rough question, because that flute gives you so many options. I don't know how SirLinkalot would have played it. I mean, there's a very simple answer in SirLinkalot would have been able to save time getting around the overworld, but we don't know what sort of routing decisions SirLinkalot would have made with the flute available to him.
That is fair enough point, yeah.
Because the flute really hasn't led to anything. Nothing important was locked behind the flute. The only thing we saw that was... well, I suppose we had nice things locked behind the flute. We had the red mail and the half magic in the mire area. But nothing essential was locked behind the flute.
And it looks like SirLinkalot will be heading to Pod, getting the information that it is bow locked.
SirLinkalot knows that there's one item left in Eastern that he has available that he did not get the first time. So after he sees that Pod is bow locked, he probably will mirror, get that one chest in Eastern, and probably feel very behind seeing that flute.
Yeah, I can't help but feel for SirLinkalot. That was just a... They were just right there. But unfortunately could not get the damage boost done properly.
Yep. I think there are hearts in that room of Eastern, aren't there, under the pots?
Yeah, SirLinkalot grabbed those first. And I don't know their magic situation, but could have used a pot to kill the Igor and just killed all the enemies with the fire rod. In other words, do it the normal way, and would have been able to get the flute then.
SirLinkalot takes half a second to think, realizes there's nothing else for him to do here, and heads back into Eastern to pick up that flute.
Now, my question to you, Firewood, are we going to see some frustration bombs? Or some sort of frustration venting?
I have to imagine, when the flute is available so early in the game, it was technically a sequence break, but most runners consider the Eastern Dark Rooms to just be par for the course. It's just something you do. I certainly think there's certainly gonna be frustration going on SirLinkalot's side. Whether it's visible or not remains to be seen.
Yeah, and wow. The Stalfos... Okay, it's the third time today that the Stalfos here in this trap room have spawned in a bomb drop. Like, the heck? Oh, it's time. Well, blink and you'll miss it, because it's almost time for the Armos Knights.
Yep, we're gonna see 6 silver arrows take him out, and then Unfit will be on his way up to Ganon's tower.
That's right. So... there's the flute. And there's the Armos Slain for a big 20. And that is crystal number 7 for Unfit. Now, Firewood, I have one more question to ask you. You want to play a game?
I'm somewhat fond of games. I could go for a game. You gotta convince me.
Well, chat knows what I'm talking about, so let's just go ahead and give you the full explanation here. It is time once again for the Ganon's Tower Big Key Guessing Game. We have 22 chests in the basement of Ganon's Tower. One of those locations is the big key needed to ascend and fight Aga 2. Give us a number. Tell us where chest you'll find you think has it. It'll be in the order that Unfit checks them.
Yep, we're not on speed gaming, so we don't have the bot, we don't have the leaderboard, so this is just for fun. You got any prizes for them, Wolflink?
Nope, no prizes.
No prizes, just
a little bit of bragging rights for the day.
Do you have a favorite location, Wolflink?
Compass chest, actually.
Okay.
The one that spawns the holes on right side. If they do a full right play, it's chest 6. If they leave it for the do right side last, it's chest 21.
Yeah, I myself don't tend to have a favorite location. I just pick numbers at random. So today I'm feeling 7.
7. All right. Feeling a bit lucky. Meanwhile, SirLinkalot has the red mail. We'll be getting their half magic as well.
Yes, the big thing in this race has been the bow in the Skullwood's big chest with the big key on Pendant Mocula. Yep.
All right. Here we go again. His tower. Choosing right side first. Is it going to be a full right, or is it going to be check the 2 chests and go? There's your bombos. So, even if there was a full clear of the pod for the bow, there is no chance that,
No, and SirLinkalot knows what's up, because we're heading right into the Dark World here.
Yep. And, Rip Bob, the third item found was the small key on the torch. That is the spot where the big key could be, so it counts. Even if they, don't grab it. 4, 5, 6, and 7 here. Map. Small key. Big key in chest number 6.
Well, I was close.
Yeah, I can kind of give it to you. Because it depends on the order the chests were opened in those kind of rooms.
Well, if you guessed chest number 6 in chat, then brag about it. Even if you didn't guess it, brag about it anyway. It's the internet. Nobody's fact-checking you.
Alright, so we're about to see the gauntlet climb here for Unfit. This will be fairly easy. I do believe they still have the fairy in the bottle along with a couple of blue potions. So they are super safe.
Yep. Red mail, half magic, mirror shield,
Cape.
gold sword. Yeah, cape. There's nothing more you could want here.
Yeah, this should be a solid, I'm gonna say solid sub 140 even, if not close.
Yeah, it'll be close. Unfit showing off those lag arrows. Those sparkly silver arrows eat up some frames when you fire them.
Yes, but they're kind of worth it sometimes, given the fact they deal 100 damage.
Yep. The only things in the game that don't die to one silver arrow are Vitreous, Ganon, and the Pokies in Turtle Rock actually take 2.
Yeah, their health bar is kind of segmented. And these are my favorite rooms to go through here in Ganon's Tower, the wizard rooms. Kata Samaria just does such clean one cycle kills.
Yep, if you practice that, it's not as hard as it looks, and it's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, the only one that you'd probably have a little bit of trouble with is the second one. Just timing the block and getting your movement through the room right. But it's entirely doable. Alright.
So SirLinkalot's gonna find that bow on the left side.
Yep.
No time for frustration, just gotta get going.
Now, there could be an epic comeback mounted here if Unfit does not heal.
He already has the powder out. He knows exactly what's up.
Yeah. Opening that chest for the lulls.
Yeah, there's not the only thing that could possibly improve Unfit's combat capability would be a heart, but at this point that's negligible. We have every other good item that you'd want for Ganon. Okay, well now Unfit can hold 5 more bombs, so that's nice.
Yeah. With half magic, I personally like just doing the capes just to go blaze through here.
Yep.
And it also sets it up so that I have the cape ready for just some fairly quick hint in cycles.
Yeah.
Double to start us off here in the Agatu fight. Another double. Is it going to be a triple double?
Looks good.
Triple
There it
double
is.
And with Agatu down for Unfit, it is now time to fight the pig. With Butter Sword, it will be 6 slashes a phase in these first 2. Then 4 and 4 plus a silver arrow. You can get more in on phase 3, but it doesn't really matter. So this fight will be pretty much a textbook fight. And I don't think it's breakfast anywhere in the world right now. Or if it is, I don't know.
It's got to be breakfast somewhere. It's 7:37 p.m. where I am.
Yeah, same. I just don't know my time zones enough to figure out which area of the world is currently having its breakfast.
Well, breakfast is about 8 o'clock, right? So figure exactly on the opposite side of the world from us. Unfit, meanwhile, we're talking. Unfit's making quick work again and already down into phase 3.
Yeah, so not getting any of these spiral bats, which are kind of an annoyance. Here's the light world.
Yes, we did find the arrows. Here's one of them.
Getting the torch glitch.
Not getting doubles or triples, but it's not going to matter. Ganon's going to go down after this arrow here.
That's right, and get your GTs out for Unfit. And Unfit crosses the threshold and finishes with an official SRTV time of 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 29 seconds. GG to him again. Oh, this was a really good race here. Unfit will be moving on to 4 and 2 in the round of Swiss here.
Yep, Unfit will have to pull out one more win in round 7 to guarantee a spot in the brackets. But with play like today, it's certainly something you want to keep an eye on.
Yes. And something we haven't mentioned yet is due to events going on elsewhere, round 6 is actually going to be 2 weeks long, so has a little bit of a reprieve there.
A reprieve, or as you mentioned, I think before the race, 2 weeks to stew and think and plan and panic, maybe.
Yeah. Let us get us Unfit in here for an interview, though, shall we? I'll go and ask him myself. If he's not in the room already. Miracle starts fires. Always a good message. And of course, that one's also good.
Yeah, we've got a great combination of credit messages here today.
Yeah, just because of the whole where all the items were.
I think in the Japanese version of the game, they act. Oh, SirLinkalot forgot the big key in pod.
All right. And SirLinkalot has thrown in the towel.
Well, GG to SirLinkalot for putting up a pretty good fight. It would have been hard to come back from leaving that bow behind in Skull Woods.
Yeah.
Were you able to grab Unfit for an interview?
Looks like he will be passing, so let's see if we can get his opponent in there.
While we work on grabbing SirLinkalot for an interview, both of these runners have put forth an entertaining seed. They've worked hard, so why don't you throw both of these guys a follow? Unfit will be trying for his 5th win and a spot in the brackets. I hope SirLinkalot will carry through. We always like to see runners play through their races, even if their bracket dreams are in a bit of a shambles. But I find tournament races to be very fun, so we like to see when everybody plays out their matches.
Yeah. I've suggested Unfit to go ahead and hop in chat here so that you can congratulate them all yourselves. Meanwhile, we're going to see about getting SirLink in here for an interview.
And I suppose while we continue to work on grabbing SirLinkalot, let's give a big shout out to the Link to the Past Randomizer network of channels for hosting this race today. Our restreamer is Iceman, and our tracker was Yoinker's wife. So show these people some appreciation, throw them some follows. We'll get them up in the chat.
Let's not forget my co-count here, Firewood King. He did an excellent job keeping my brain on track with all the mistakes I made.
No, that's nothing, Wolflink. It's commentary's a team effort, so thank you, Wolflink. Yeah, throw some follows our way. We'd appreciate it. I think we did a decent enough job today.
I don't think I did a decent job at all. Follow me if you want. I
think we're fine. I think we're just fine. Remember the chaos, the hectic, the scrambling to remember things. That's all part of the rando experience.
Looks like we will not actually be getting interviews. Neither runner is up for it.
That's perfectly fine. This was a tough race on both sides. We saw some really good performance, some really decent routing. A a tough item location miss from SirLinkalot side, so can't hold that against them at all. That they'd prefer to take some time to chill out. We've got 4 Link to the Past randomizer channels, if I recall correctly, and we've also got a bunch of speed gaming channels. There's a bunch of Link to the Past randomizer tournament races over there, speed gaming 1 through 6. So if you liked what you saw today, and let's be honest, who wouldn't like watching a randomizer race? Throw some follows around, follow some channels, take a look at some more of our races. This tournament is heading into the bracket stage where the best of the best are going to be facing off in a couple of weeks, so hope you stick around with us.
Yes, and make sure to give not just us here on Link to Past Randomizer a follow. We also have 3 other channels here, 2, 3, and 4, and make sure also give the Speed Gaming Network a follow. They're hosting a whole bunch of our races as well. But for Firewood King, our 2 runners as well, and our tracker York's wife, and our Creature Iceman, I've been Wolflink0370. We just see you all next time, and thank you for watching. Good night, everyone.
Good night.